Is it working? Okay, hi guys, and welcome back to some more Gwent, the Witcher card game. Today we're gonna play at another deck, another different deck from a new class this time. This time we're gonna play from a rather obscure for me, not obscure for the game or anything like that, class of, I think it's called Scoia'tael. I'm not 100% sure on the pronunciation, but yeah, this is the deck that we're gonna try out today. It's a deck that has been, kind of popular around on the website, on the forums for a little bit of while. So I made it myself and tried to play it, and I was like, after the first few games in which I lost completely, I was like, how the hell do you play this deck? And only recently I'm slowly trying to understand like the strength of this deck. So as you can see from the title, this deck has a lot of spells, like just a crap ton of spells. And the main idea of it is that you play spells in order to, like, sort of control the game, and then you get these guys, this little Dol Blanta Protector that start as just 2 power cards, which is absolutely abysmal for a card, get buffed up whenever you play a special card. That is a fancy way of saying spells. They get buffed up by 1 no matter where they are, like in your hand, in your deck, or on the field. And after you play your entire deck full of spells, these can get to like a gargantuan 20 power or something like that, and then you can sort of win the game. Obviously, all the spells on their own are not particularly powerful. I mean, we can take this, for example, the Azur's Thunder, damage a unit by 7, It's considering that the standard power of a unit is like 13, This is like a standard unit, pretty much. And you only damage it by 7, that's like half the amount of power that you can get in a turn. But the thing is that not everyone plays like giant standard units, they play smaller units that have different sort of synergies, and that allows you to get value out of these spells. So the idea is how the strategy works for this deck. Also, by the way, it's not 100% complete. I am missing like I think a legendary and a silver. I'm using Synthesis right now, which is the legendary that you start with on Scoia'tael, and it's sort of decent, because most of your allies are elves, so you can get some decent damage out of it. But there are some better options for it. There is like that 7 power elf that deals 7 damage, and if it destroys the enemy, you buff all the elves in your hand by 1. And I think that works a little bit better, but it is how it is. And I think I'm also missing like a silver. There is like a new silver spell that allows you to like reset the unit and buff it, or like weaken it, depending on whether it's like enemy or not. And also there are a few different cards that you can use at your leverage. For example, I'm using Sage to reuse another spell from my graveyard, but it's not necessary. Some decks are running 3 of the Elven Mercenaries, and they run something, they will run like Spores instead of Demeritium Shackles, and like Slash instead of Stamelford's Tremors. But those are just more like tech cards, and you can switch them up as you feel like it. Apart from that, the most of the deck is sort of complete, and that's why I'm playing it, apart from like my other decks that are not that complete. Anyway, the idea is you try to play Farseer in the first early turns. These guys also have their own synergy. You try to keep at least 1, mostly 1 usually, you don't want more, 1 protector in your hand. Then you try and play Farseer, and then you try to control the board with spells. And the thing is that as you play spells, these guys get buffed, which in turn means that this guy will get buffed at the end of the turn. And this makes the spell not suck ass that much. And you play the spells, you also cycle your deck. That's also very important, with things like Nature's Gift, Azul Double Cross, Last Wish, even First Light if you don't need to clear the skies necessarily, Royal Degree obviously. Ithiln, it's also pretty powerful legendary. It allows you to play a spell from your deck and trigger it twice, which also buffs these guys twice. Glaze is more difficult to use sometimes because your opponent must have a spell in their graveyard, a bronze or a silver spell, and you know, sometimes they don't have it, which means that it's a dead card. But most of the time they will have at least like a first light, if nothing else, and that is good enough to get out. And yeah, the first turn you try to win it like this with Farseers and spells, and then as you have cycled your deck out, you can win the second or the third turn if you dry pass with just these guys, which will be pretty big, and they'll be mostly the only things that you have left in your deck if you have cycled properly. Obviously the leader Ethin as well allows you to resurrect another spell from your deck, and yeah, that should be most of the general stuff covered. We're gonna go ahead and play a couple of games as before with it and see how it works out. But once again, this is a deck that requires a lot of knowledge on both the game as well as what you have in your deck at all times, what you have in your graveyard and in your opponent graveyard.
We do what must be done.
Interesting. Level
There will be no
50.
negotiation.
I just had a match with a guy like yesterday which had a full animated deck, like if you can imagine that, just every single card fully animated. Alright, seems sort of decent. I think I'm gonna throw away Stanful's Tremors. Alright, it's going first. So yeah, I have one protector, I have these guys which will get beefed up.
Dance of death! Ha! Ha!
This seems to be more of a elf boost deck. I have seen it as well, it's pretty powerful. Alright,
I foresee victory for
gonna go ahead and play this. Queen Sign, you always play it, and you always play it on the protectors. It buffs them and all the other protectors in your deck and also gives them shields.
Everything alright?
The Tremor is also pretty good because, okay, that's nasty, but it will not kill it, so we'll need a little bit more than that to make it work out. The question is, do I play a spell in order to like buff it in the hopes that it will not die, or do I just play another thing? It's quite the choice. I think I'm gonna play another one.
Not afraid? You should be.
Anyway, wow, the... Oh, nasty one. There we go. Buffing up, buffing all those up. It's an ambush deck. I see, and what will happen is that they will... it will turn around the card. So what I'm going to do... not exactly sure.
The storm is coming. Let's enjoy the weather while we still can.
I think we can play one of these. Alright, it's an ambush card that like buffs the nearby cards by 2, so that'll be 6, and he himself is 6, so that's 12. Ah, he's still over. That's nasty. Do I want to play another spell just to like get rid of it? I don't know. Shit. God damn it. Can't believe I... Ah, shit. I should have went for it. What the fuck is wrong with my brain? Ah, crap. Okay, well, guess we'll have to go full throttle on this one. Gonna keep everything. I think it's fine. Have a card disadvantage now. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck was wrong.
My folk have suffered much.
All I had to do is like play another spell or play another guy or something. I think I'm gonna go for the Sage and resurrect my Alzur's Thunder.
Yes, that would fit perfectly.
Kill this one up. Keep buffing up these cards. Okay, what's keep pulling out?
When the white
Oh,
frost comes, do
course.
not eat the yellow snow.
It is Queen Sign that he's gonna use and buff 2 of his minions twice. Interesting enough. What else do we do here? I mean, technically we can use it as well. With like a glaze.
Drink this, you'll feel better.
Oh, you cannot buff it again, huh? Well, wait. Evil copies, shield units that already have a shield cannot be chosen that aren't affected. Oh my god, I just hate myself now. I'm making all the freaking mistakes and it's just terrible. Alright, that's fine.
Will be proud.
Damage is gonna be nullified by the shield. Probably gonna play Nature's.
Humans at by das.
It's pretty nasty. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just turn it into a jade figurine.
Slaughter them to a man.
Fine, I can work with that.
There will be no negotiation.
The reason why Azur's Thunder is pretty good as well is because you have way less units than the enemy, and that allows you to gain a lot more power out of them. So we're gonna use it.
Nigh is the time of the sword and axe.
I'm gonna blow everything up by 2 times.
I exist because Master Gehenna wills it so.
And the second one will give me a lesser guardian because I killed some enemies and also a unit of my own. So there's that.
Come here.
It's pretty scary though. It's gonna have some 3 gigantic units. Zur's double cross. I think it's gonna have to work out. I need to bring out my big guys in order to.
Hi there. Come here.
See, he has. There is
Humans to the sea!
Yeah, that's even nastier. There is a new unit that deals damage equal to its power, and you know you have all these things that buff it. You know, the Hawker support, the Irovert if it kills something, and you know Ithilne as well with the Queen sign, and that's how it works out. Huh? I don't think I have. I mean, I know what this picks up, but I don't think I have any.
This moment, I've seen it already.
Any spells to work with it. So he's gonna have to play them. I think those are the only 2 cards left that he has. Or at least one of them must be, and he must be pretty gigantic. I think he buffed it twice.
May your
by
sword
3.
and arm be
There
one.
it is. Very powerful. Very nasty as well. And there you go. Hopefully it doesn't have more than 20 power. Probably has.
Swords I smile at.
Exactly
Weapons laugh
20.
to scorn.
So this round will end in a draw, which will mean that he wins the game. Yeah. Basically lost on that first turn where I played a card and still lost. I should have either passed and, you know, lose but maintain the card advantage, or play another card and make sure that I won that round. I don't know, that was very stupid out of my part, but you have seen both the power of my deck and what this other deck it is. This is another deck.
Up and at him, you lazy bastards!
Oh,
You'll sleep
Herald
when
the
you're dead.
Cripple. Haven't
Humans
seen this
have
one in a
no
while.
place in Broccolon.
So I've seen how that boost deck works out. Right, I don't think I want this or this. I want as many Farseers as I can. Dazuz Double-Cross will draw us the Farseer early on, so that's fine. There you go, we're gonna have 3 of them. Nature's Gift can allow us to get the Queen sign, I think it's called.
This moment.
I have to remember
seen
that
it
I'm
already.
playing at a pretty low rank, so the decks that I might be encountering might not be the top meta decks. I'm still pretty early in the season. Hahaha. Yeah, you'd wish that thing would survive. There's no fucking way.
This moment. I've seen it already.
Let's see if he plays another minion. If it does, then I'll play it in. If it doesn't, then I think I'm gonna go with this. Alright, that works out. I did lose card advantage though, so what I can do here is I can just drive pass and get some more cards, or I can, you know, not do that and... Oh, I got Clean Sign, that is fine. I got Sage. It is very interesting, like the question of whether or not you dry pass here or whether you just go for broke, basically. Go for Alzur
This
Double
moment.
Cross.
I've seen it already.
The Farseer.
Here's
Gonna
the
go for the leader.
wildest, wettest dreams.
Wow, alright. It's pretty nasty. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards. I have 8 with the leader 9. Yeah, it's not that great. I don't know. I mean, he can keep playing things. I keep playing my own things. We'll see. If he invests more into the board, then I might just pass. If he doesn't, then, you know.
May Mordron Freya watch us and keep us.
Wow, he brings that back. Can't see why, but sure. I can destroy 2 things with Ithiln. Or I can just pass. The thing is, the reason why I don't want to pass is because I want to buff these guys and I want to thin my deck, so I make sure that these are the only things in my deck. So I'm gonna
Nigh is
keep
the
on
time
playing.
of the sword and axe.
There it goes. Didn't get as much value from it as you might want. You know, the maximum value is 14. Whoa, alright, Royal Degree, and he gets the Wild Boar of the Sea. And he played it in the place where he doesn't do anything. Interesting. Fine, fine. Okay, what we can resurrect from here? We can resurrect another Queen Sign. We can have an Adrenaline Rush resurrected, so we have a target for our legendary. Let me think about this.
Humans have no place in Broccolon.
I'm gonna go for this. Yeah, sure, this works out. Not that powerful, but once again, it's also about drawing spells. He plays this one instead, which is fine. I can just go ahead and play this guy.
Ikea. Ted Dayred is nigh.
And instead of using shackles, I might as well kill it. For a second I thought, you know, I'll just use shackles to lock it, and he just forfeits. Alright, he realized that he's had enough and he just gives up. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead for one more game, just because this one ended that fast and I wouldn't want to give you with an unfinished experience. In 3 games I think you can mostly understand how this deck works out.
Patience is not a virtue I am known to have.
There will be no negotiation.
Nilfgaard with Emir is interesting. It would be very funny if it's a mill deck, by the way. Just gonna point that one out. Okay, okay, good. That's what I'm looking for. And one of these, you don't want to get 2 of them because the thing is that it can only get Alzur's Thunder, the Dimitrium, not the Dimitrium Shackles, the I forgot what his name was.
I foresee victory for you.
It has limited targets, and that's why I want to keep. Oh, it's a reveal deck using Emir. That's very unusual. Why would you? Okay, well, I'm gonna question it.
Not afraid? You should be.
I'm gonna try and play it though. And he just gives up right away. Okay, well, suppose can just use this and that will buff us enough, because it will buff this. Don't want to like waste spells either. Alright, so there goes the first round. Nature's Gift is good, Mage is good. I think it's an all keep. Yeah, let's try it out. The thing is that because I'm not as familiar with the deck, I'm not always sure what the best, you know, cards to pick are. Let's go for the leader.
Humans have no place in Broccolon.
We'll resurrect Ulcer's Double Cross, which will bring us
Not
our
afraid.
last
You should be.
Farseer. So we can keep buffing things up while we buff things up, you know. That's the idea of
Yes.
it.
What is it?
Okay, he can put his Roach back, which means he'll get it again from the deck when he plays another legendary, and he put, I don't know, probably nothing else. Let us see. I don't think there's anything too interesting that I can get out. Neither in my deck nor in my thing. I think I'll just go for a explosion here. Should be careful about damaging units without killing them, just in case, just because he has Emir. So we're gonna go ahead for a tail
Nigh
here.
is the time of the white frost and white light.
Destroying both of these. Good. Nilfgaard! He got it. Alright.
I must re-examine the manuscripts.
Okay, this keeps
Please
popping
wait, Your
up.
Excellency. I'm falling behind.
It's pretty desperate, starting to draw in as well.
A shame I have no time.
Oh, that's a lot. Okay, this is why you need the what's it called, the reset units for this particular situation. But instead, we're gonna use the shackles, or we could use the jade figurine as well. No, never mind. He forfeits. It is a powerful deck, not gonna lie. The SPELLATEL deck is a powerful deck, as long as you know how to use it, you know. And that's a very, very big question mark, because, you know, I'm telling you, I played it like a few days ago and I just got it, you know, because I got a few legendaries that, the two legendaries that I have in it that allows you to make it, and I said, you know, let's make it, see how it works out. I lost almost every single game because I had no idea what to do with all the spells. But anyway, this has been enough Gwent for today, presenting the SPELLATEL deck. Pretty solid deck, totally recommend you to try it out. Decent deck to rank up together with decks like Consume, and there's also that deck with like elves that you have seen. Yeah, that being said, oh, and also I've remade my Nilfgaard deck just for you guys who haven't seen it. It is specifically designed around Fringilla. That is to say, you play units, you buff them even more, you aggressively buff your units, and then you use Fringilla to like buff them all up. And the thing is that you have Care and Emir, so you can use Fringilla up to 3 times. So you should be able to even, you should be able to withstand even like a Scorch if he has it. It's still bad if it scorches you, but anyway, it's just another deck that I've been playing. But yeah, this has been pretty much it with Gwent. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. Make sure you leave a like, and next time I'm very close towards making my own reveal deck, so that will be probably what I'm going to play, unless you guys have any other like weird ideas or suggestions. See you guys then. Bye bye.